Hey everyone, Mike Zapata here from SoCalCollegeSports.com. Join us for Game 2 of the 2016 Women's Volleyball Championships in the 3C2A, CYPRESS in Fresno City. Jeff Stoynoff with the call coming up at 11:30, and we will have the streamer going for you at about 10 minutes till 11:20. Log on, and we will have that for you. SoCalCollegeSports.com's continuing coverage of the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championships. We'll be back at 11:20. It's the 2016 Volleyball Championships for the women in the 3C2A. Mike Zapata, Jeff Stoynoff with you on this weekend's coverage. SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can catch this broadcast via YouTube. If you have a set-top box, Xbox One, Apple TV, search SoCal College Sports 1. We are broadcasting live. Choose the live option, and you can catch us on the big screen. Coming up in about 8 minutes, game number 2 on the day here of our coverage. It'll be CYPRESS from the south and from the north, Fresno City. 8 minutes 25 and counting here to the start of game 2. Join Jeff Stoynoff and myself, Mike Zapata, Matt Henson, and the entire SoCalCollegeSports.com crew. Happy you've joined us, everybody, and we'll see you in a few.
And we welcome you back to L.A. Pierce College Ken Stanley Court for the CCCAA Women's Volleyball Championships here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Jeff Stoynoff, Mike Cepeda with you. And we move to quarterfinal number 2 after a tremendously exciting first match of the day. Grossmont taken to 4 sets by Gavilan before finally advancing. So the number 1 team moves on, secures their spot in the semifinals. And we take a look at quarterfinal number 2 that will pit CYPRESS College, the champions of the Orange Empire Conference in the South, against Fresno City College, champions of the Central Valley Conference in the North. It'll be Fresno to serve first, wearing the black jerseys, CYPRESS in white on the right side of the court. They go right to work in the middle with Kylie O'Keefe. And O'Keefe able to put it away. Middle blocker, O'Keefe, an all-state selection.
You can see why.
Yeah, announcing her presence with authority, as we like to say. Martinez on the set. They go back in the middle with Madrid. She's stoned. Sends it over on a second effort. Near side and another block. CYPRESS on the board.
Winden
that
denied.
Looked like Alshouse denying Winden. Getting a hand in there to tie it at 1. It'll be Toso Lee to serve. And the left-hander sends it over. Rigby with the set. And that effort going to go long from O'Keefe. So O'Keefe misfires. The Chargers now lead it 2-1. First set. Lee again sends it over. Back set, and the dink successful. Goldsberry with her first kill. Jenna Goldsberry for Fresno, I should say. Another all-state selection, an outside hitter. And she will serve just long. Fresno, a fascinating story this year under first-year head coach Kieran Robley. Robley named the NorCal Coach of the Year. And the Rams come in incredibly hot, winners of 20 straight with a record of 27-1. But the run is even better than that. Cervantes able to get the kill, tied back up at 3.
Yeah, their only loss on the season for Fresno this year came against the defending state champs in Cabrillo. They ran the table.
Yeah, after that loss, and you bring up there, Michael, they won 44 sets in a row, not just a number of matches in a row. They didn't lose a set for about 15 matches. Golston able to work that one off the block for the hill. CYPRESS edges back out in front. Got to believe, Michael, we'll see how this one shapes up, but this seems like a pretty close match on paper. Two teams playing very well coming in. Both had outstanding seasons. Of course, you know, who didn't here when we're talking about the state championship level, but only 3 losses between the two teams combined on the season. So both programs have had outstanding years. Tied at 4 after the service error. Sent over by Cooper. Quick set, Brianna Johnson. Diving save, it's still alive. Tried to go up the line. That was Sydney Rigby on the outside, but missed down the line, and it's 5-4 CYPRESS. Rigby's versatile, among the leaders in assists for Fresno, but there she lines up outside. They keep it in the middle. That's Shania Laird. And Laird with the put away.
When you see a setter setting up on the outside, that means they want them to hit when they're in the front row. So they're running a 6-2.
Serve dug out. They go back to the near side. The dig by DeBerkey leads to the kill from Goldsberry.
A lot of times, sometimes your most athletic player, you want to put them in the position to succeed. You want to get their force on the net, not just as a setter.
Off the net, and Golston couldn't save it. It's a 3-point run for Fresno, and they have a 2-point lead. Cervantes with the jump serve. Again, off the tape. The misdirection from Martinez breaks the run. So a heady play from Samantha Martinez sees the opening. Back to a 7-6 game, the Chargers within 1. Golson sends it over, trying the far line. Dug out. And that one up the line from Molander. Just inside the line. And Fresno back out in front by 2. Our first substitutions come on the Fresno side. Will O'Keefe returning, replacing Carly Kosinski. DeBerke on the serve. They go back to Brianna Johnson. Another good dig by DeBerke. Wollander fires that one long. And it's 8-7. I believe I mispronounced that. It was Molander. Sydney Molander. Witz on the serve. Takes a dive, but it's dug out by Goldsberry. They go back to Goldsberry. Witz on the dig. All's house denied up front, but they're going to say, I believe there was a net violation. And that belongs to CYPRESS. So the Chargers tie it up at 8. Back and forth in the early going. Witz lobs it over. They'll go back to the far side. Goldsberry off the block. So Goldsberry powers it through. She's got at least 3 kills early. Not a big surprise for an all-state selection. Interestingly, in the second round match, to get here, Goldsberry showed some versatility. Had 12 digs in the match to go with double-digit kills as well. So Goldsberry excelling on both offense and defense. Meanwhile, another point for the Rams. They're back out in front by 2.
O'Keefe for the block.
Trouble on the pass, and the Chargers will just have to send it over. Goldsberry tries the dink. Martinez with the dig. On the near side, Owl's house. The point's still alive, but the call going to belong to Fresno.
Yeah, it goes to Fresno. They're going to rule that did not get over the net. So it's 4 touches, and the point will go to the Rams.
11-8. The Rams have their largest lead at 3. To the back row, Witz with the pass.
The changeup.
Yeah, it was hard to tell if that was a changeup by Sina Amacio, or if she maybe just partially fanned on it. But either way, it works out really well. She takes a little off, and it drops in for the point. So 11-9.
I think you'll take it.
Yeah, that's how she planned it. Another dink attempt. Martinez got a hand on it. Sent over by Allshouse. Rams setting up. Down the line again.
Out.
Called out from Winden. So CYPRESS clawing their way back. Chargers with 2 straight. They're back within 1. It's Lee continuing on the serve. It's a good pass in the misdirection that time from Rigby.
Setter dump.
Paying back Martinez for a similar move earlier. 12-10. Goldsberry. Martinez going near side. All's house. Arcs it over. The runner. And it's dug out. That was Winden. Back to All's house on the near side. Off the block and in.
O'Keefe unable to contain that. Didn't commit entirely and falls on the Rams side en route to the point for the Chargers.
Now that looked like an intentional change.
I think so.
From All's house.
That's called tooling the block.
And just sort of playing it off the hands at an angle.
Exactly.
To good effect there. Cervantes with the hammer, but it's dug out. Back in the middle to Madrid. That dug out. And this one fired long as they went back to Winden. She tried to take it cross court.
Samantha Madrid, second-team All-American, All-State middle blocker.
Yeah, this is an unbelievable matchup in the middle when you're talking about O'Keefe on one side and Madrid on the other. The dink was blocked. DeBerke setting up Cervantes on the far side. She fires long. So the Chargers, who trailed it by 3, are on a 5-1 run. And they have the lead at 13-12. We're just underway in set number 1. Rigby with the back set. That long. So O'Keefe misses. It's now 14-12. One thing to keep in mind here, Michael, a short warm-up for these teams. It's ordinarily about an hour for a typical match. But given the format today, one match after another, each team only got the half hour. So an interesting dynamic here in the first set will certainly be which team was better able to get their warm-up in and adequately prepare themselves and get ready for the match. And so far, it's a back-and-forth match. So no real advantage thus far, though CYPRESS leads it by 2.
Remember, everybody, you can catch this game on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We have all of our volleyball embedded players for YouTube on our homepage, SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also go to the 3C2A website, the California Community College Athletic Association's official website, CCCAAsports.org, and they will have the video links appropriately in the scoreboard and the schedule and results area of women's volleyball. And you can, if you do have an Xbox One or an Apple TV, and you have the YouTube app associated with that set-top box, you can catch us on the big screen and upscale it to 1080p, whatever your TV supports. Search SoCal College Sports 1 and click the live option. The streaming live option should be available. If you have any questions or if you have any comments, you want to give us a little feedback, feel free to chime in on the chat module if you are in front of a computer on the watch page for this match.
Interesting strategy dynamic there as they move Goldsberry to the back row. She comes back up the middle and that time gets the kill to break the run. So Fresno back within 1. Buchanan with some trouble on the serve. It's a 50-50 ball won by Fresno. Cervantes puts that one away, and we're tied at 14. Back and forth we go in set number 1. Cooper. It's Buchanan who gets a piece of it. Martinez with the bump set. Golston off the block in for the kill, and it's now 15-14. Brianna Johnson returning. Madrid on the serve for CYPRESS. They'll go to the near side with Winden, dug out nicely by Buchanan. Back row, Madrid, dug out, Fresno from Cervantes. The point continues. Johnson tries to tap it over, but into the net.
Back and forth we go.
15 all. As Johnson, it looked to me like found herself just slightly out of position. Had to make the adjustment on the fly, but couldn't get the tap over. And we're tied at 15. Martinez going near side. This is Johnson. Goldsberry, they go out to the middle with Laird. And that point's still alive. Laird started to celebrate now. Okay, what's the call?
Illegal touch.
Okay. So Fresno gets the point. That was interesting because Fresno actually started to celebrate. I think they thought they had the point.
Fresno had done that earlier.
Meanwhile, it continued. But give them credit. They got themselves back in the point. Golston.
Golston, another All-State selection playing for CYPRESS today. And how about a shout out to Stephen Will, participating in the chat box on our watch page, and he just mentioned exciting games thus far. And Stephen, I would completely agree with you.
Yeah,
a great one in the first.
Yeah, 2 overtimes, I believe, in the first one, going down to win by 2. Laird turned away. This one up the line and off the block.
No
Molander,
touch.
okay.
Off of the tape. Point CYPRESS.
Okay, all right, yeah. There was contact there, but Molander's shot falls wide. So CYPRESS back out in front, 17-16. Cooper
good cover
on the set. Molander sends it to the back row. Golson has to arc it over. Dug out, and now they'll have to bump it over with Goldsberry. Martinez in the middle. Johnson with the dink. That's dug out. Cooper. Molander turned away. The block by Golson.
See the replay here. As Golson just all over it. No, ma'am.
18-16. CYPRESS up 2. Martinez well long with the serve.
Oh, we saw how much of an effect service errors really plaguing both teams in match one between Gavilan and Grossman. And that could be a real momentum killer for both teams.
Into the net. Sina Amasio on the near side. Tied at 18. I think Amasio couldn't get the timing down. Back to a tie match. Cervantes on serve. Martinez in the middle. Johnson tries to angle it. Fires it wide. And now it's Fresno back out in front. No team has led by more than 3 in this opening set. Buchanan with the pass. Martinez going to have to set from the back row. The runner from Golson dug out nicely. The dink is blocked, but Goldsberry keeps it alive, and Molander finishes. A run for the Rams. They're up 20-18. Nancy Welliver going to burn a timeout for CYPRESS. 20-18, Fresno up 2 here in set number 1. You're watching the CCCAA Women's Volleyball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Back underway. Martinez. Golson just has to send it over. Rams with a chance. Molander. The dig goes wide. Martinez able to dig it out but not keep it in play. And it's now 21-18. The Rams on a run. Cervantes serve. The misdirection from Martinez is dug out. Molander getting the work on the near side. Fires another one home. It's 22-18. So Sydney Molander finishing set number 1 for the Rams. Buchanan on the pass. Witz redirects. Amasio is denied. Still alive. Johnson. And that point going to go to CYPRESS. Brianne DeBerkey couldn't handle the shot from Brianna Johnson. That breaks the run, but the Chargers still with some work to do, trailing it by 3. Goldsberry. Cooper, the back set. Back to Molander. Martinez looking for Golson. Golson with the kill. Here come the Chargers. Back to within 2, 22-20. Golson again, going to Goldsberry. DeBerkey to Goldsberry, and Goldsberry on the far side. 23-20. The Rams creep closer. DeBerkey going to serve, but after this timeout, 23-20, the Rams 2 points away. We're in set number 1. You're watching the CCCAA Women's Volleyball Championship on SoCalCollegeSports.com. DeBerkey on the serve. Witz. And they go near side to Alshouse. Another dig in the back row. Goldsberry flying in. 24-20. First it was Molander, and now Goldsberry trying to finish it off. DeBerkey on the serve. Martinez in the middle. Johnson blocked up front. It looked like O'Keefe with the finish. 25-20. The Rams take down set number 1.
Remember, everybody, you can catch this broadcast live, SoCalCollegeSports.com. We are broadcasting via YouTube, and that means that if you have an Apple TV or Xbox One or any kind of set-top box that has a YouTube capability, you can catch us on the big screen, upscaled to 1080p if you're on Xbox One. I think I'm technically sound on that, but search SoCal College Sports 1 on that in the search box, and you can watch this broadcast live on your TV. And if you're in front of a computer, feel free to chime in via the chat box that's on our view page. And again, you can go to www.socalcollegesports.com, or you can go to the 3C2A website, CCCAAsports.org, and the links will be up there on that website for women's volleyball. Continuing coverage of the 2016 Women's Volleyball Championships live from LA Pierce. We'll be back in a moment with the start of set 2.
Back at Ken Stanley Court on the campus of LA Pierce College. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage of the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championship. 1-0 the sets in favor of Fresno after a 25-20 win in set number 1. I want to remind everybody, take a look at the players on our website. You'll see starting times. Those were the scheduled starting times for the matches. The start times will be somewhat fluid. Our first match went a little bit long, so they'll have to adjust on the fly. But as always, check in here on SoCalCollegeSports.com on the broadcast. We'll do our best to let you know what our schedule is, when we'll be coming back on the air to continue our coverage. We will have every match here today, all 6 of them, in their entirety on SoCalCollegeSports.com. So stick around and check in here, and we'll let you know what the schedule is. But those times that are listed are tentative times and subject to change depending on the length of the previous matches. Witz will serve for CYPRESS. Flat-footed serve. Rigby. Goldsberry dinks it over. Dug out by Alshouse. 50-50 ball. Back on the Fresno side. Goldsberry tries to redirect, and again it's dug out. Alshouse off the block. Took a little something off, I believe, as Mike told me, tooling the block. So the Chargers take the first point. Witz rainbows it over. Goldsberry on the run. Coming from the back row. A little extra power. Tied at 1. Rigby. Martinez. Amasio with the runner. Handcuffs Cervantes. So Amacio with the flat-footed shot and still managed to handcuff Cervantes, and a 2-1 lead for Cypress. Looked like Amacio was maybe having to adjust on the fly, but it certainly worked out. Lee. DeBerkey. And they go back to Goldsberry. The dig in for the point by Lee. You can't redirect it any better than that. So Tosole gives the Chargers a 3-1 lead. Goldsberry from her knees. Or I should say, yeah, that was Goldsberry. Sent over. In the middle, Madrid stoned. Kylie O'Keefe wins the battle of all state middle blockers. 3-2. Fresno back within 1. And we'll see Goldsberry. Witz with the pass. The bump set. And Allshouse just has to loop that one over. Goldsberry from the back row. And she catches the line on the far side. Had to wait for the call. So Goldsberry, another successful kill, and we're tied at 3. Angles this one far side. Madrid with the pass. They swing it around on this side, and it's up the line but wide from Allshouse. 3-point run for Fresno. And a 4-3 lead. Goldsberry again going after Madrid. Allshouse with the dink. They'll work it to Cervantes. Witz, 50-50 ball, Madrid. Sends it over. Quick set, and O'Keefe can't get it over the net. That breaks the run. Ties it at 4. Buchanan checking in for the Chargers. Paige Buchanan. Goldsberry on the pass. O'Keefe sends that one back over. Madrid tries to angle to the far side. She fired it wide. 5-4. Shania Laird returning for Kylie O'Keefe. Carly Kosinski will serve for the Rams. Golson on the pass. They'll go back to Golson on the runner. Dug out by Goldsberry. Bump set, and Kosinski has to send it over. Martinez. Back to Golson. Laird with the dig. Flying in, it's Cervantes, and she catches the back line. 5-1 run for the Rams. 6-4, the lead is 2. That one diving. Martinez sends it over, and it's an easy kill for Winden. That was set up by the serve of Kosinski. Martinez not able to do a whole lot with it. Ends up misfiring on the set. Madrid angling right. Goes cross court for the point for the Chargers. That breaks the run here in set number 2. Madrid will serve. Back set by Rigby. Winden finishes it off. So Winden, Rigby check out. Go after Golson. Back to Golson. Tries to angle it near side. Cervantes with the save. And it's Melander off the block. Fresno with the point. Leading at 9-5. Buchanan. Nice pass. Johnson has that one dug out. Martinez. Golson. Cervantes with another dig. Back to Cervantes. Trying for the far line and getting it. 10-5. This is a 9-2 run for Fresno to take command in set number 2. Cooper on the serve. They'll try the middle this time. Johnson diving save by DeBerkey, and Fresno sends it over. What a dig by DeBerkey. Martinez goes back to the misdirection. The setter dump breaks the run. Saw Martinez do that for a point in set number 1. So that's clearly part of her repertoire. 10-6, and Martinez will serve. Cooper swings it all the way across, and the kill from Melander. The Rams answer back. They keep the 5-point lead. Cervantes readying the serve. Witz able to make the pass. Bump set from Buchanan. Amasio was blocked. And the Rams have come out hot here in set number 2. They've doubled up CYPRESS. Trouble on the pass again, and Goldsberry puts it away. So the Chargers having some trouble dealing with the last couple of servers from Fresno, and it's the Rams who've opened up a 7-point lead. 13-6 here in set number 2. You are watching the 3C2A Volleyball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Chargers come out of a timeout trailing at 13-6. Nancy Welliver trying to stem the tide here. What does she tell her team? Johnson has that one dug out by Cervantes. And it's DeBerkey that will send it over. Another opportunity for the Chargers. Amasio leaning to her right, but manages to take it down the line. A great adjustment again by Sina Amasio. Just seems to have good hands. A couple times we've seen her redirect shots from a flat-footed position, but find open floor. That one just long from Golson. 14-7. The Rams continue to lead comfortably here in set number 2. Kosinski checks out. Here comes Miley O'Keefe. So O'Keefe, Goldsberry, and Melander up front. DeBerkey just long. Back-to-back service errors. 14-8. They're looking for a difference here, I think, in set number 2. It's been the handling of the serve. And thus far, Fresno has been outstanding. Cervantes from the back row, just long. And we've seen CYPRESS have some struggles on a couple of serves. And it spelled the difference. 5-point lead, Witz. Goldsberry sets up Molander. Bump set from Martinez. Arced over by Alshouse. Took a little something off. Alshouse finds open floor. 3 in a row for CYPRESS. Back within 4. Witz with the knuckleball. Goldsberry again with a good pass. And this time it's O'Keefe with the dink. Redirects near side to break the run. 15-10. Rigby on to serve. Amasio. Martinez, they'll try Alshouse on the far side. Blocked but kept alive. Bump set, Amasio. Again redirects. a great job again. Amasio taking a little something off, but finds the open floor in the back row. 15-11. Since the timeout, the Chargers have cut a 7-point deficit down to 4, but still some work to do. Sliding save from Goldsberry, but just sends it over. Madrid running right in for the kill, 15-12. So that looks like a pet play of the CYPRESS Chargers. Again, they like to slide Madrid to the right. She takes it up the line. For the point, that one wide from Lee. So the service error puts Fresno back out in front by 4. And serving continues to be a difference, it would appear, here in set number 2. Golson on the pass. The dink from Madrid dug out. DeBerkey with the bump set. Goldsberry from the back row, and she missed that one long. Well, it was back and forth in set number 1 before Fresno pulled away late for the 5-point win. Fresno took an early lead in this one. See if the Chargers can reverse the trend and make a late comeback. Rigby, bump set, Cervantes right up the middle. 17-13. Again, Golson just able to keep that one alive. Buchanan has to fire from the back row. Bump set. Winden tried to just push that one over, but ends up with the error, putting it into the net. 17-14. So the Rams a little out of sorts offensively. Leads to the error. Rigby sets near side. Cervantes cross court. So a couple of kills for Cervantes. Well, it was Molander, then Goldsberry in set number 1. Now it's Cervantes stepping up here in set number 2. So the Rams getting solid production from a number of sources and push the lead back out to 4. Cooper, the jump serve. Buchanan keeps it alive. A battle at the net. This time won by CYPRESS. Martinez outduels Shania Laird. So many of the 50-50 balls thus far seemingly going Fresno's way, but the Chargers pick up a big one there. Martinez gets them back within 3, and she will serve. Cervantes, Cooper, Laird with the finish. And again, the work in the back row for Fresno has been excellent. Cervantes will serve. Witz digs it out. Sent over by Golson, flat-footed. A battle at the net, kept alive by DeBerkey. Martinez, Golson, off the block. So Golson with the finish. 19-16. Chargers hanging around in this one, trying to make the late run. Trailed by as many as 7. Cooper, Goldsberry flying in again. Well, that just looks like a nice job of staying in system by Fresno. Well diagrammed. Good pass. Cooper with the good set, and Goldsberry does the job. Battle at the net on this one. Golson with a great job keeping it alive. Allshouse sends it over. Another opportunity for the Rams. O'Keefe taking a little off, but she's blocked by Johnson. Gets a little help from Amasio. And the Chargers just won't go away. Back within 3. Here comes Samantha Madrid, returning. An AVCA second-team All-American this year. So not just All-State. Goldsberry catches the line. How about Jenna Goldsberry? And she is so effective coming off that back line. Can hardly place it any better, and it's 21-17. Rigby. Amasio gets it back from Martinez. The dink. DeBerkey with the sliding dig. Winden into the back row. A great effort by Golson to keep it alive, but she can't do it. Fresno pushes it back out to a 5-point lead. The timeout taken by Cypress. Coach Nancy Welliver wants to talk it over. 22-17 Fresno closing in here in set number 2. You are watching the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by eTeamSponsor.com. IDX, giving you the power to create. Jostens, Nevco, and the official sponsor, the official ball of the 3C2A volleyball, Molten.
The Rams will have the serve, leading by 5. Sydney Rigby. Ready. And the error into the net, and it's 22-18. If the Chargers want to make a run here, that's a good start. But they have some work to do, trailing it by 4. They'll bring on Tosole. So Lee checks in. Sends over the left-handed serve to Berkey. Good pass. Rigby back set. Goldsberry flying in. That one dug out nicely in the back row by Golson. The dink on the near side falls just inside the line. O'Keefe. She just went to that move a couple of points ago to good effect. And it's still there. So O'Keefe, a couple of kills here late. Back to within 5. That one dives in front of Golson. Great serve by Goldsberry, and it's now 24-18. So the Rams 1 point away. We talked about that they've come in incredibly hot, winners of 20 straight, at 1 point winning 44 sets in a row. And this is a very good Charger team that they are handling so far through 2 sets. That one blocked up front, Cervantes, dug out by Witz. Allshouse blocked but wide. O'Keefe and Winden went up, but Allshouse able to shade it off the block. 24-19. Chargers trailing by 5. Buchanan to serve. High arcer. Good pass. Rigby all the way across. Cervantes gets the finish. That will finish set number 2. The Rams take a 2-0 lead here in this quarterfinal matchup. You are watching the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Moving to set number 3. And if you're just joining us, number 1 team in the South, Grossmont, already advanced, a 3-1 winner over Gavilan in quarterfinal number 1. And here, Fresno City College, on their way, they lead it 2-0 against Cypress College, the champions in the Orange Empire Conference. As we prepare for set number 3. And we'll see if Nancy Welliver can find the formula here for Cypress College. 25-20 and 25-19. The first 2 sets. Rigby will start on serve for Fresno. Golson gets it back from Martinez. Dinks that one to the far side, but the dig from DeBerkey falls in. DeBerkey, a standout defensively with over 400 digs on the season. And as a team, Fresno City College excels defensively, nearly 18 digs per set on average. So they're not an easy team to find the finish. Another dig there. Goldsberry redirects to the near side, off the net, and it falls. 2-0 quickly for Fresno. And I think if you're the Chargers here in this matchup, you can ill afford to get yourself behind again. The Rams, a confident team right now, coming in here, playing lights out. And off to a great start here in the quarterfinal. Johnson dinks to the far side. Following a template of Kylie O'Keefe in the last set. Johnson again from the middle blocker spot, able to redirect and get the Chargers on the board. Rigby, the set in the middle. Goldsberry, terrific job by Buchanan keeping it alive. But it was Golson just trying to arc it over. Couldn't get it over the net, and it's now 3-1. Well, the Chargers did a great job defensively to keep that ball from Goldsberry alive, but couldn't send it back over. Buchanan on the pass, a little bit wide. Amasio keeps it alive. Now they'll have to bump it over. In the middle, it's O'Keefe, and again, O'Keefe made a great adjustment in this match. Again, taking a lot off. Haven't seen O'Keefe dial up the power too often at all in this matchup. But nonetheless, she's been effective. Amasio to the back row. Dumped over, and now a second effort by O'Keefe. As if she heard me. She went to the power there. So back-to-back kills for O'Keefe, and it's 5-1. The Chargers in a hole early. Goldsberry. Buchanan. The dump from Martinez makes it 5-2. So Martinez stops the run. Golson will serve. That's long. So the service error from Golson, and the Rams push it back out to a 4-point lead. Kosinski on to serve. Kosinski dives in front of Witz, but Witz able to keep it alive. Amasio went for the line on the far side, but missed it wide. The lead now 5. Kosinski, knuckleball, Witz. Good pass, and Johnson with the finish. Well, that time the Chargers more crisp on offense. Started with a good pass from Witz, and then Johnson drops the hammer. Witz will serve. Terrific serve. DeBerkey keeps it alive from the back row. Goldsberry might have fanned on it just slightly. Didn't get the full contact. Puts it into the net. Chargers put a couple of points together here, and they're back within 3. Goldsberry, good pass. Near side, Winden blocked up front. Well, Winden didn't get the full height on that one. Martinez and Madrid with the block. DeBerkey struggles on the pass. Bumped over by Rigby. Witz to Martinez in the middle. Madrid with the dink. Got a call, and the point's going to go to the Chargers. Might have been net contact on Fresno. So 7-6. A 4-point run for the Chargers. The dump kept alive by Martinez, but Witz couldn't save it. Good job by Rigby again. Rigby taking a cue from Martinez, it looked like. Just saw Martinez break a run going to the dump. And a couple of points later, at first opportunity, it would seem Rigby goes right back to the same play. 8-6. Cooper. Martinez working near side. Allshouse off the block, dug out nicely. Cooper kept that one alive. Eventually finished by Molander. So the Rams answer back with a couple of points. They lead it by 3. Cooper. Amasio. Good job handling the serve. Gets the kill. Tooling it off the block, 9-7. That'll bring on Tosole to serve. 9-7. It was once a 7-2 lead for Fresno. So again, the Chargers doing what they can to fight their way back. They keep on digging themselves a deficit here in this matchup. The dink sent back over. Bump set. And this time, Molander gets the finish. Swings it cross court. 10-7. A lot of variety in the attack for Fresno. Good job by Witz. Allshouse, and it's kept alive. Witz just has to send it over. In the middle, Laird. Another good dig by Witz. Madrid tries the dink to Berkey's there. In the back, Molander off the block. So Madrid with the block, but can't get it in fair territory, and it's 11-7. Rams answering back. That one handcuffs Witz, but she manages to keep it alive. A battle at the net, won by Fresno. Allshouse trying to tap it over. 12-7. Chargers need to fight uphill again. That one into the net. So a rare service error. This one from Cervantes. Cervantes had a good stretch on serve in set number 2 when the Rams took control of that set early. But there the error gives it back to the Chargers. Buchanan sends it over. Going to Goldsberry. Dug out by Lee. This time it's Laird. Another great dig by Buchanan. But they'll wave it off and give the point to Fresno. Well, that's terrific defense by Cypress College. Fresno just hammering balls. But Chargers keeping it alive, but eventually the point belongs to the Rams in a 5-point lead. Golson trying to go up the line, but she fired it wide. 14-8. The situation becoming precarious for Cypress, trailing, 2-0, and now they're down 6. Buchanan handles the serve. Golson tries the dink. Blocked back over. The Chargers can't keep it alive. Another good run for Fresno. They now lead at 15-8. The Chargers will burn a timeout. We're in set number 3. The Rams closing in on a semifinal berth. You are watching the 3C2A Women's Volleyball Championship here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. DeBerkey to serve for Fresno. And this one just long. Good job by Lee, and Buchanan backing off. 15-9. Madrid will serve. The Chargers could use a run. Cooper hanging in the air finds O'Keefe. So the vertical from O'Keefe on display. 16-9. Rigby set to serve. Buchanan with a nice job on the pass. The runner from Johnson off the block of O'Keefe. So the Chargers get it back. They can ill afford to trade points at this point. Still have some time here. Trailing 16-10. Martinez on serve. Nice job by Goldsberry handling it. They'll go back. Goldsberry again flying in from the back row. Buchanan can't quite dig it out. (17-10). Jenna Goldsberry will serve. Witz moving up. Martinez finds Amasio. Goldsberry with another good dig, but sends it over. Chargers with an opportunity, but Amasio now just has to send it over. The dig from O'Keefe. Amasio redirects. Backside, Winden. Martinez dug that one out. Amasio tries to arc it on the back line, but it's just long. We've seen Amasio be so effective with some flat-footed shots, redirecting balls to open spots on the floor, but that time just about 6 inches long. Martinez, they go to Johnson, and Johnson again looked like took a little bit off. Able to tool the block of O'Keefe, and it's 18-11. The Chargers, though, still in dire straits, down 2-0. Golson, another good job by DeBerkey. Hanging in the air, it's O'Keefe. Martinez keeps it alive, but the Chargers just have to send it over. Cervantes off the block. Amasio and Johnson can't quite find the handle. It's now 19-11. O'Keefe on serve. Martinez, back set. Amasio high up in the air. That one kept alive by Fresno. Witz digs this one out. Johnson off the block, kept alive. It was Winden, and now the Rams setting it over. Another opportunity. All's house on the near side. Into the corner. 19-12, but the Rams still able to trade points for the most part. Witz. Good serve, nicely handled by Goldsberry. A low set for Laird. But a violation against Fresno, and it's now 19-13. Laird has to underhand this one. Martinez keeps it alive, bump set to Allshouse. Arcs it over. And that was a great job by Winden finishing off the dig attempt from Martinez. Just too much power on that ball. Cooper on serve. Nice job by Amasio. Goldsberry keeps it alive. Cervantes from about 10 feet back. That blocked up front. Molander with the finish. The Rams closing in, 21-13. Molander with 10 kills now in the match. Goldsberry leads the Rams with 12. 50-50 ball. Martinez tries to keep it alive, but can't. 22-13. Cooper will serve. Amasio with the pass, gets it back, blocked. Masio tried to keep it alive, but couldn't. And now the Rams have their largest lead of the afternoon at 10, 23-13. They're just 2 points away. The attack percentage for the Rams in this one up over 30%. They've been incredibly efficient. Allshouse coming in from the back row. Block now kept alive by Cervantes. That sets up Molander. And the Rams trying to finish this one with some style. They really dominated set number 3, 24-13. And again, the winner of this match will take on Grossmont in the semifinals. That will be match number 5 in our coverage today. Madrid. Haven't seen enough of that. If you're a CYPRESS fan here today, Samantha Madrid said such an outstanding season, but hasn't been able to get involved enough today for the Chargers, who are 1 point away from falling here in the quarterfinals. Laird into the net. Chargers stay alive, 24-15. Tosole will serve. High arcer. DeBurkey handles it. Cervantes inside the line to close it out for Fresno City College. 25-15. The Rams win set number 3, and they take down the match 3-0. We're going to try and find out exactly what the timing will be for the next match. It was scheduled for 1 o'clock, but we will come back and give you an update. We'll find out specifically what the plan is and when they want to start the match, pass that information along to you so that you can rejoin us on the broadcast. So stick around.
Slated originally for 1 p.m., 12:50 p.m. We will start streaming live unless there is a change in that. Check with the website. Remember, you can catch all of our coverage this weekend, SoCalCollegeSports.com. Semifinal number 1 is all set. Table for that one. It will be Grossmont and Fresno. We will find out who's going to play in semifinal number 2 after games 3 and 4 coming up. Again, 12:50 p.m. We will start streaming then. If it gets pushed back later, 1 p.m. start time officially. Match 3 today here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Back in a moment, or we'll be back at 12:50. Thank you for watching, everybody.